Okay, so looking at our first example here, sorry, I was going to turn this up a little. Okay, so again, we're going to have to start off by labeling the diagram, labeling our sides with the opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent, all that jazz, just like we did in our first couple of lessons. So they're giving me the measure of angle SRT as 44. So SRT is this angle right here. So this is 44 degrees. Remember, angles get labeled on the inside, sides on the out. ST, they're telling me, is 17. So that's down here. This is 17 feet. And then they're asking for the length of RS. So I'm going to use an X question mark, because that's what they're looking for, to represent that missing side. Okay, so now we got to go back and label with the hypotenuse. Remember, my hypotenuse is always across from that right angle. And then I'm using the angle that they gave me, right? They didn't give me any information about that angle T down there. All they did was give me information about angle R. So from angle R, this 17 feet is opposite, and this X piece is adjacent. So the sides that I'm using here would be the adjacent and the opposite. I'm not using the hypotenuse or looking for it. So which trig ratio, and I'm just going to rewrite that acronym for us because you're going to want to get in the habit of writing it. That's SOHCAHTOA. Which trig ratio uses adjacent and opposite? Adjacent and opposite, well, adjacent and opposite, that would be tangent. So here we go. Let's set this up. We have the tangent of 44, because again, that's the angle that they're giving me, is equal to opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 17, and adjacent is X. Okay, so now we're going to do some cross multiplying here. We're going to turn this into a fraction like we can everything, like we can plain old numbers by just putting it over 1. And now I'm going to do some cross multiplying. 17 times 1 is 17. And the tangent of 44 is just equal to X. The tangent of 44 times X is going to be the tangent of 44 times X, right? Just times X. And then if I'm solving for X here, I would need to get rid of the tangent of 44. And those two pieces are being multiplied, right? This is multiplication. So I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to divide both sides by the tangent of 44. It doesn't matter that I don't know what that is, because let's be honest, the tangent of 44 is nicer to write than a decimal. So we'll go to the calculator at the end there. So here, my tangent of 44s are going to cancel out. So I'm left with just plain old X equals, and then I'm going to do 17 divided by the tangent of 44 in the calculator. So first, let's look at what the tangent of 44 is. See, big long decimal, not great. And again, I'm just going to double check mode. I'm in degree mode because that's what's highlighted now. Good to go. So to get my answer here, I want 17 divided by the tangent of 44. Close that parentheses to show that the 44 is in there and nothing else. And then go ahead and hit enter. So this is the decimal that I need to write down. So 17.604. So 17.604, and again, dot, 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 to show that it keeps going. Looking back at the problem to see what to round to, it was asking me to round to the nearest tenth of a foot. So nearest tenth is the 6. Looking next to that is a 0. So my final answer here, X is equal to 17.6 feet, which means that RS is equal to 17.6 feet. And there you go. You just completed your first trig problem.